Hey everyone, welcome back to Houston Life. Our next guests are celebrating the rich diversity of performing arts in Houston. They've got a family-friendly and free event, okay? Plus, it's the perfect spring break outing with your kids, Derek.
Yeah, so for the first time since 2019, ExxonMobil's Theater District Open House is back, and there you can enjoy multiple performances from ballet to dance. You can also learn about stage combat. This is all in one day. And here with more about the event, Craig Hauschild, Executive Director of Houston's Theater District. Joining him is Meg Booth, Chair of the Houston Theater District Board of Directors and President and CEO of Performing Arts Houston. That was a mouthful. Craig and Meg, welcome to Houston Life. It's great to see you both. And we're so glad. The open house is back. It's the 26th annual.
Yes.
It took a pause in 2019. We had a little COVID, but you are back. For people who have never attended, it sounds like this is a packed itinerary.
It is a huge, huge outdoor festival. There are 8 different arts organizations, nonprofit arts organizations in the theater district, and beautiful theaters. Every single one of the theaters is throwing its doors open, and all 8 of the organizations have programming throughout the day on all of the stages in the beautiful Lynn Wyatt Square. We're gonna have a great time.
It sounds like a great time, and you know what? People really need to take advantage of our beautiful theater district. Craig, this is something, as we talk about the action pack, kids can kind of get a little restless during this time of spring break especially, so what good things can they expect if families go out there?
Man, families going to have so many things to do. Kick off the day with a big brass fanfare out in the park. It should be beautiful weather, I hear. From there, they can see bite-sized operas. Mo Willems has got an opera for kids they're going to present out there at Lynn Wyatt Square. There are going to be balloons, stilt walkers. They can see costumes from musicals. They can talk about makeup. It's going to be a really wonderful opportunity to get hands-on.
Lynn Wyatt Square, by the way, is right next to Jones Hall, formerly known as Jones Plaza. It is newly renovated. It's a beautiful gathering space. Get on out there. Obviously, if you watch Houston Life, you know we have a deep commitment to the arts and we believe in it. But Craig and Meg, explain to us, why is it so important, particularly for young people, to have this kind of exposure to the arts?
The arts are such a wonderful opportunity for kids to engage in life, to discover who they are, to discover who each other is. There are plenty of studies that show that exposure to and participation in the arts improve education outcomes. It's good for mental health. And here in Houston, our cultural sector is amazing, and we are a massive economic generator. As nonprofits aggregated $1.4 billion of economic activity in Houston annually through nonprofit arts. That's not just the theater district, that's the sector. But we've got an extraordinarily rich sector, and it's fun. The arts are fun.
Well, we can attest to that. I mean, how many performers do we interview? How many musicians? How many theater people do we interview, Derek? And they say, I remember the first time I saw insert, one of these ballets or movies or operas. So, Craig, tell us what the feedback is from people that have gone and still keep going.
Man, I've been hearing from so many people about how excited they are that it's back, that they went when they were kids, that it was the first time that they got to see the symphony or see ballerinas dance, and they've told me how excited they are not only to come back themselves, but to bring their kids.
Also, I think that we can't overstate the incredible talent and access we have at our fingertips here in Houston. I remember moving here from California and someone said, oh my gosh, Houston has the most incredible arts and culture scene. I thought that they were maybe misinformed. I didn't quite understand. No. I didn't realize just how rich this is. And we are truly lucky that we don't have to fly to another city to experience this.
Correct. And I worked at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. for 15 years, and I presented the Houston Ballet there. So I flew Houston to Washington, D.C. and learned about the strength of the cultural sector here. And that's part of the reason that my family is here. But specifically, Jones Hall, there's going to be an instrument petting zoo, so people are going to be able to pick up instruments. And not very many people are able to stand on an empty stage. You're going to be able to stand in a spotlight on Jones Hall and feel like what it feels like to be a star performer. Wow. You mentioned the alley. They're going to have excerpts of the Glass Menagerie and stage combat. I've never done stage combat. Let's get our Princess Bride. I mean, you go Montoya out.
Yes.
And over at the Wortham will be open. People will be able to tour the Brown Theater. Also, it's not often that you can go into an empty theater and see what it feels like to be in the front row or on the aisle in the orchestra. And so people are going to really be able to explore. You know, these are living rooms that ultimately were given as gifts to the city of Houston and to the residents of Houston. So we want everybody to come in. The doors are going to be open. It's all free. Explore, learn about these extraordinary organizations. You tell me more about Da Camera and their musical caricatures that just sound so fun.
Oh yeah, the Da Camera, which presents chamber music and jazz, has a series of group of young artists, including a composer. He's going to come in and do 10-second characters, musical characters, and then a violinist is going to perform all of these characters for the folks that had them done for them that
In
day.
10 seconds.
It just sounds like a place to get inspired. So we have the event details for you guys. It's going down March 10th, okay, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's the Theater District in downtown Houston. It is free. Take advantage of this, especially right now during spring break.
It's perfect timing. Craig Houseshield, Meg Booth, thanks so much for stopping by Houston Life.
Thank you both.
And thanks for what you do in our community. It's such important work. Also, for more info about ExxonMobil's Theater District Open House, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.
All right.